Mr. Jeff 551, and welcome to another episode of One Way, where we go in one particular orientation and keep going till we hit the border, hopefully. Anyway, our direction is south as we F5 and F1. And as you see, we start just at the headboard below the halfway point so we don't round up. And we came very close to a milestone. We'll get that in a moment. F3. 594,900 blocks out. We will be hitting F3 here and there because I want to watch that number roll over. So here's the rules. Here's the rules. Here is south. This is the way we go. East. West. Okay. Stutter. North. Not okay, unless it's helpful. Those horses are behind us. We're not going to deal with those. And we go for 2 hours, starting now. And we're not running. Well, I sort of false started, so... And stutter. And stutter. And stutter. Why? Stop. Don't know what's going on. Something's amiss. We'll have to come back and figure it out. Alright, we're back. I think that might have been because I was making Fraps do some sort of weird recording and it never quite recovered. I don't know. The game just acted really weird. I just gave a test run on Other Worlds, and it seemed to be okay, and I gave it a few seconds here. Just to see that everything's okay. And back to game. Are we heading the right direction? Yes, we are. And I see the horses. Do I want to really trust the horse? Start the timer. We let it go a little bit because... Alright, let's just see if that works. Might have been ripped off a little bit, so... Gave ourselves a little bit of Okay. Wow, my, won't we lag nicely? Alright, let's see how she runs. Nice jump! Surprising for a horse that has a ton of hearts, because usually it was supposed to be, well, you know what? Come to think of it, that's the way it's supposed to actually work. Yeah, it still stutters like it did in the last episode, but it's not stutter, stop for a few seconds, stutter, stop for a few seconds. It stutters, but it's fine. Everything's good. I don't know why it just started weird like that. It just did. I just don't win with computers. I never had, never will. Always on the losing end of things. That will never change. So, now we should have 2 hours of hopefully uninterrupted bliss. So, yes, we want to hit the good old F3 key every now and then. 595, 415. When we hit these milestones, this is when we use our good old F3 key because we don't want to miss it. Alright, yep. So yeah, that startup was a bit weird. I don't know why it did that. I just can't explain things. It just garbaged up for some reason unknown. Not bad. That's one that counted, and you actually did it. But the one thing I hate about horses are going through the forests. Alright, let's turn. Oh, we made it through that. Good. Alright, we actually were able to stop before we found out too little too late if that was a ravine or just a little ditch. And we wiggle back and forth to make sure the game's still running, and it's doing just that. We got more desert over here, not desert, plain over here. Let's F3 it again. Yeah, still a little premature. I really want to be sure that I hit it crossing 600,000. We want to do that because it's just a thing. So I finally got an episode of School of Hard Knocks out there, and the long-promised review of the Hyundai Accent car rental review, 2014 model, for which I was, well, that's a nice bit of, okay, are we stuck or are we loading in? Okay, there we go. And that wasn't very graceful. Oh well. And not even, didn't even fill the bar all the way, and we made the jump. Okay, we're not going to go that way. It's, you'd be surprised. I mean, it looks like I have absolutely zero control over this horse. That's because I pretty much just about do have almost absolutely no control over this horse. When it's generating new land, it's sucking up a crapload of computer resources. And horse physics is second fiddle to actual progress. Okay, out, 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 out. Exit. Okay. When I want to exit, we do that. We exit. We don't nearly kill me. How many times... Wow, how many times are we going to try and do that to me? This game is not liking me at all, is it? Can we just not let me make progress? Why is that too hard? We don't have a shovel either, so we gotta deal with this. No, okay, just be right there. Digging is so much slower on the back of a horse. Alright. Jump. 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 And we're good. Okay, we need a way to... Okay, we need a way to get around and forward. Oh, really? Are we going to... Okay, you're gonna have to be a little fancy there. Yep, you can go that way. Good job, horsey. Now, we kind of need you to move this way. It is really hard to control when it's generating land. I mean, in my regular shows, the land, for the most part, is already all generated, so control isn't anywhere near as difficult. Because it doesn't have to think about generating, because it's already been done for it. And we got planes. Let's take a look at our 596. And with horsey, we take the hills because it's just that much easier to do. And we have doit we don't need. Alright, we need to get ready. Got the bed. We got the horse that doesn't move. And beginning, if I'm going to do the marathon again, whether or not I should just hoof it or just deal with the fact that horses run like crap. Okay, I see swampland that away. And more plains this way, but I see the same thing no matter which way I go is the end of the terrain. Keep going. We must be moving. We must be moving. This is the part where we move. Okay, the terrain keeps going, so put the bed here. This here, boat there, and sleep. And we sleep while on the horse because they're not likely to go. They're not likely to run away. And if they do go away, it's a lot easier to get them back. Believe it or not. Okay, yep, gonna move. There we go. We haven't seen Horsey do that at all today. I'm beginning to wonder if riding the horse is actually worth doing in this show now. Good jump, just not short enough. Oh, lava under there. I have a feeling this just ends. Yep, it does. Although, frankly, I'm not going to be missing you. Alright. Done. Done. And I want to get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And it's time to boat. And off we go. Where are we now? 597. With the exception of one instance, every single 100,000 milestone always wound up being in the ocean. I would like more than one instance of the rollover to happen on land. Legitimate land. And we'll head towards that in case it turns into anything. Which it looks like it's turning into a savanna. Which looks like this whole thing is a savanna. Gonna go a little more this way so we can see a little more. We'd like to do at least 20,000 blocks per adventure. Alright, let's just... This is an island. We're gonna have to get around it. We probably just smashed into it. No, it still shows that the boat is where we are. Now the question is the boat where we are? Yes, it is. The boat was actually where it was. That's something 1.9 is supposed to fix, is that the boats will be where they really are. Because a lot of the times the boats really are not where they seem to be. They look like they're where they are, but in reality are not. Okay, jump. That was pretty good. Alright, we know there ain't anything over there, so let's go this way and see if we can see anything on this side. Try to run diagonal. Supposedly it is the fastest way to get around. So we can see a little more. And we don't see anything of value. So we gotta take this slow so things like that don't happen. Which do anyway. And a couple episodes ago we got some Depth Strider 2 boots, so that is definitely helping us make headway when swimming kinda has to happen. And I'm recording this on August 30th, 2015. And yesterday, not that anyone really watches these anyway, but congratulations to Kurt J. Mack for his 500th episode of Far Lands or Bust. He kind of ended the show, spoiler alert, he ended the show by trying to build a small house to sort of mark the occasion. Now, unlike him, I don't keep the world. It's Since the dawn of the anvil format, which I believe was to accommodate the jungle biomes, because really big trees and really big hills kinda don't go together in a 64 block above sea level build limit, 128 total. So they reconfigured the Minecraft world to be 256 blocks tall, or 192 blocks above sea level. So to accommodate those trees, they made the anvil format. For those of you old enough to... I know those of you that have been around since Alpha Beta have obviously seen it, but those of you that have maybe picked up the game later, after 1.0 of the official release of the game, the world is in the so-called anvil format. If you look at the world, the data, you see that, they're like two sets of numbers, .mca. MC, of course, is Minecraft. A stands for Anvil. Yeah, Anvil had a really weird glitch. What happened is they built the game... not good. The game had a built-in converter for the 1.2 release. And it would convert the old-fashioned 128 height worlds to the new 256 height worlds. It had a really weird glitch where all doors would point the exact same way, and if you had double doors, they would all either be pointing the exact same way or will be placed on the wrong side. If you have a recess, one door will be on close to you and the other will be further away. Most of the time it would be, they'd both be on the same plane but facing literally the exact same way. So you'd have to take half of your doors down and place them back into the world. It's a bit of a little bit of work, but for the most part it was a fairly smooth transition from there. And on my Real Tough City server, there's kind of a testament to the old build height limitation. There is a high-rise called the... I forget what I called the high-rise. I haven't been there in a long time, but there is an observation deck called the Lucky 13, because it's the 13th floor of the office building, and is the highest floor that you could build the way I was building it. And where the roof and skylight was literally the tallest point that you could build, again, before Anvil. There's things on there that have taken advantage of Anvil's abilities, like the 255 meter high dive challenge, where have a diving board that goes all the way up to the highest point you can build, and you dive off and land in a one block high small 2x2 pool of water. And we offer prizes when we do these contests to anyone that can successfully pull that off. And it is very hard. Nobody except for one person has successfully done it. Come on, come on, boat moves. Oh, we haven't been paying attention to this. Oh, good. I'm pulling it up at just the right time. 599.2. You know what? We'll let it go a little bit longer. Go figures. We're out in the ocean, and that's where it's probably going to roll. Alright, what do we have here? We're watching you. Keep going. It's a desert. Legitimate desert? Yeah, we're going to stop here and find out. Alright. Let's see if this trick works, letting it slow down and disembark. I was going that way. Boat wants to go this way. Hey, it seems to be working. It could be a fluke. Alright, let's F3. 400. Okay, yep. Run. There's nothing over there that I saw. I've never seen clay in a desert. Interesting. But there you have it. Could be that there's a tiny fragment of swamp biome there, and that's what's showing up. Okay, this way, because it makes things go faster. It's getting dark. I don't see a village over there. Nothing. Because as I said, if it's something that could help us, it's okay to go backwards. But that's the only reason. Of course, in the first few episodes, it was no backwards movement whatsoever. If I were standing here, and the village was literally right where I was pointing, I mean, that might be close enough to warrant. If this were the very edge of the village right here, we couldn't go. It was a very strict, very strict program and do. Use the lava for light. Okay, place that down. Bed. Grab. Chop. And sleep. Good job. Alright, we had that really weird start. I was using Fraps to do a recording off of Chrome. It does not like to cooperate very much when I do that. I don't know if something weird in the Matrix went on and things just went kaputs, but it just did that really weird move, stop, move, stop, move, stop. Then I tried another single player world, much less demanding, and it would do the same thing. So I completely quit the game, restart it, and everything's fine. Go figures. Funny thing is, the one with the most load, which was the last episode, which I did live on the YouTubes, I had no issues. It just ran fine. So I've only had one glitch or glitch free episode since fixing the seizure problem. I just cannot win. Oh, I haven't been looking. Good. We haven't hit yet. We're very close. 599, 870. Plains. Be great if there were a village right at that mark. Less than 100 blocks to go. In fact, let's do that on a full stomach. With lucky 13 pieces of bread left. 50 blocks to go. This is a very special occasion. Let's see if this way yields anything better. Not really. Oh, I don't like being under here. So we'll regress slightly. Count with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, ditch, 4, 3, 2, 1. 600 600,000 blocks. We have done it. 600,000 blocks. We are officially 2% of the way to the border. You can taste it, can't you? Alright, we had fun. Let's keep going. That was a major milestone. Not only was it a nice, even, round number, but it's a nice, even, round percentage of the way there. 2%. The funny thing is, 3 months ago, when I did one way and I was still doing hour-long shows after it, I hit the 1% mark. So, maybe every 2 or 3 months, it's another percent. Because on average, if I keep up these 2-hour shows, 2 a week, 160,000 blocks per month, should get, you know, maybe close to 2 million every year, or a little more than 2 million blocks every year. So about 15 years of this and we'll be there. Keep in mind that, you know, the start, we did it in a rotation. So we had Amped, this, School of Hard Knocks, and then Watch Me Suck at Minecraft. Then I decided if we're going for the border, we got to do this more frequently, and that's when I decided, okay, 1 hour every week, one of these, and one of the regular episodes of the other shows. That wouldn't cut it. 60 years, a 6 and a 0 if I kept going the original route. I will most certainly be long dead before hitting that mark. So then, 2 1-hour shows? No, not gonna happen. That would bring it down to 30. I still might not make it before heading to the other side there. So, I was thinking initially a single 3-hour episode every week. Then I decided, let's do even better. Let's make it just 2 hours, but 2 episodes, the current format. And that'll get us there in about 15 years. And if we can make more episodes and do marathons, the more the merrier. Now, this is not being done the same way as Firelands or Bust, which is what people are trying to emulate. This is done, and we, in every possible way to get there without using cheat codes or command lines or what have not. We legitimately move in the game. The Firelands thing, they add a couple extra rules, which are no ender pearling and no use of the nether. This is not Firelands or Bust, or a trip to the Firelands, as we know the Firelands. This is my show, and this is how we're doing it. Ender pearling, allowed. Using the nether to get a little further, allowed. So long, if we can do it in the actual game, it's allowed here. Because we're talking a far bigger undertaking. Although we have the advantage of very fast boats, horses, and the ability to run, which takes a little of the edge off. At least for me. So, I mean, we're not going to be going, I mean, It's not like a twofold change. It's just a major. It is a nice boost, but we want to really get this done as fast as possible. Any legitimate vanilla in-game means possible. Yeah, I don't like these mountains. It's just gonna form past us. Yeah, that's exactly what it's gonna do. So let's just take the low road here. Okay. Well, it looks like that was just blind luck that I hit. You know, I slow it down, then get off, and we know where everything is. See how the boat didn't break? That means the boat's not there. It's not moving. It doesn't know where it is. I'm not going to bother looking for it. We got a lot of 10 seconds of coal to do. Or maybe not a lot, just get the job done pretty much. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. And grab it. And we got a good deal of it, not all of it. Alright, let's try again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good enough. Okay, we gotta move the player now. Well, this is not going to be helpful, is it? Alright, we got blocks we could get rid of. So we'll just do that. And we'll just, yep, plop it. There you go. For a minute, I thought it was a killer bunny. It didn't look like one, because it isn't one. It was just weird that it was coming towards us. They're not supposed to like coming towards us. Really? This is becoming a project. This is exactly the opposite of what we want. Oh, no. Looks like we ain't got a choice. We gotta take a dive. There we go. And run, because I think there's a skeleton directly behind us. Completely missed where I wanted to go. And go. You are the king of hanging up on objects and edges. Alright, so the hope here is that we get to at least 617,000. That'll get us... Oh, come on. That'll get us to the goal of 20,000 blocks per episode. Oh, look. It comes to an end. And frankly, if this is all it is, I really don't care. But right now, we're gonna bed. Put that there. Actually, we'll take the boat and put it there and sleep the night. Alright, we're done. Now it's time to boat. Hopefully we'll find land that's capable of producing results that involve help and the ability to keep moving. And we got ourselves some plains over here. Okay, the land is forming. It's not an island. If it is, it's quite a big one. And now see that I've tried. It just doesn't work. That was where I was. This is where the boat supposedly is, and it's not. Oh, 1.9. Fix the boats. Okay. Ravine. Ravine, we don't want to go down. Okay. Randomly controlling. Actually, I noticed that my left middle finger was inadvertently grazing the touchpad, so it caused our toolbar to just randomly change things. Yeah, eat. Alright, planes go this way, planes go that way. Well, we're more this way. We need to keep things moving because it's been going a little too slow. Alright. Yeah, not too much to talk about. I mean, actually there is something to kind of bring up. If you remember several episodes ago, I brought up that my Ford Fiesta took a siesta because the electronic transmission module decided to not work anymore. Car was stuck in park, couldn't move it, even if you used the drop key that's next to the shifter. So they literally had to drag it onto a tow truck, get a mechanic to physically disconnect the front wheels from the tranny, and that's how they were able to get it off the truck. So the module, I got some of the dates wrong, is because there's various points of this new power transmission Ford designed, which they apparently have, since the 2013 models have fixed. I like this kind of winter biome. It's pretty, and we got these nice little cobblestones that are that have all the moss on them. Run and jump. Failure. So, I got that fixed about a couple weeks ago. Got it back. And I get a letter in the mail saying that it needs to be brought back because there's now a service bulletin in which the software for the the transmission control module, which is actually what it's called, the software is bugged. It's got a bug. When the control module is not working right or is about to fail like it did on me, the new software will ensure that the check engine light will come on. So if it were something that it did from the get-go, I could have brought my car to the dealer and had it fixed right then and there. But since that is something that is not programmed to happen, I just get in my car quite a distance from home, turn the key, and I got nothing. I was not happy, and I was willing to pay a $100 premium to have the tow truck bring it to a Ford dealer where I know was, and it's very close to home. And if I'm not taking the freeway home, in other words, I take the back roads to and from work, which I usually do, the dealer is literally on the route. I literally pass by it every day. The dealer, they wanted to bring it in for cheap, and they being AAA, was close to where I was. But I don't know where it is, and I don't know if they had a loaner car or a rental car agreement or some sort of some sort of agreement with a company or what have not, or if they provided a courtesy car or nothing at all, and I'd be on my own. The one that I drive by, it's not the perfect scenario because they have Hertz rental car within the dealership. So if you're renting a car because it's in for repairs or extended service, then you get a special rate. And AAA membership kind of helped make it a little more affordable. And we want to hit that key, not the one that not the one that brings up inventory, which is right under the 9 key. I'm one of those people that don't think the E key is a good key for inventory. Inventory starts with I. Pulsars and I both agree the I key is best. I for inventory. Hey, remember Paul Soares Jr.? He used to play Minecraft. He even said he was going to come back and do more videos and never did. He abandoned us again. I think he simply burnt out. He fell out of love with the game of blocks. I think once he picked up Lego, he decided to go with that. Heard that's a pretty neat game, but the thing that's definitely keeping me from ever doing it, getting Lego, the game, is the craptacular inability to do first person. I mean, Cube World, hey, it was cool. I remember playing similar games back in the day, although obviously wasn't in 3D, that were in third person perspective, so kind of let that slide. Yeah, I don't like the fact that there's no first person, although I think it's a game in beta stage, so they might add a first person perspective. That would be good. I don't know how it allows you, or if it allows you to build whatever you want, whatever you want. You have to, whether you have to do certain things to acquire some sort of funds in order to buy blocks, or complete goals and you earn blocks, or earn points that go towards materials, and depending what kind of block you're looking for is for how many points. I know really nothing about it. I haven't watched a single episode, although I should, just to see what it's like, because I'm not even the slightest bit interested without a first person view. Plus I got enough going on with my server, these shows, and we don't have boats, do we? No, we don't. We will now. Boat. Chop. And boat. Okay, just didn't take it that first time. I was wondering if it just ignored. Okay. Full momentum. Now we put this boat in the hand and go. And hit run. It helps ever so slightly. We're at a point we'll take an island as it's getting dark. I do not want to die. There's an ocean monument, but it's far away, which is good. Surprising. Oh, there's another one. Again, far away. Surprising. The show that had the most load on the system and most demanding, because I was streaming, using Fraps to record, and doing this for 2 hours. Not an issue at all. Everything went perfectly. Try to do it, and it just try to do a regular show, gives me crap. No idea why. Just the way it is. Things just always go wrong when I'm involved. Oh, this looks like the boat might be where it is. It sounds so strange, but it's so real. I found the boat. It wasn't exactly where I thought it was. Anyway, getting dark. Sleep. And there we go. Looks like we lost the boat. Not going to spend all day looking. In fact, I'll just do that to be sure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there it is. Right when I was about to give it up. And no, silly. That's the bed slot. And stutter. Go. Progress. Okay, so now that we did what we, now that we've hit our big goal, we're not going to hit F3 for a while. I don't plan on doing a mid of the show F3 reveal until we get to 3%, which would be the 900,000 point. It's another few months off if we can keep these, if we could keep the schedule going. And where are we? So the boat ain't here, we know that. Okay, it's nowhere in here either. I don't know where it is. It's a goner. That's all that matters. We're running out of bread! The only good thing about no villages is, again, we're not stopping, so we're able to keep on moving. But we need your guys' help. Although I've went many shows without once touching my full stack of cooked steaks that I've had forever. It's amazing that I've gone as long as I have without touching them. We go this away to see, yeah, it's mid-size ravine. That would have hurt. So, are we going to see anything? We've had shows where it was just land and water. No villages, no strongholds, no temples, no anything. Although every now and then you hear a noise which indicates that there is a cave or a dungeon nearby. A totally dark one, shall we say. And that is the only thing we've really come across. And the weird thing is, with speaking of the dungeons, is the desert ones tend to be visible because the ceiling is made of sand and there's something about them doesn't allow the sand to float above them, as there are some sort of generated structure or cave that will allow sand to float, but dungeons it doesn't. Which is interesting how that works. So there would be typically a perfect rectangle in the ground with a couple of raised segments. Unless there was a hill within that area, then those raised segments could be misleading. But those raised segments would be the spawner and any chests that might be there, whether it's just a small one, a large one, or two small ones. Last bread. It's time once again to switch over to the stack o' steaks, which I haven't had to use in a very long time. Planes. Alright. Planes. Do we have anything here? Not that way, of course. Planes keep going that way, so we'll just keep going that way while going forward. And keep going forward. And keep going forward. Well, that was complicated and actually executed. And look at that. 3 drumsticks down. Now, with cooked meats, we only go the 4 drumsticks down if our health ain't bad. Because the next full interval would be 8, and at 7 is when you lose your ability to run. First steak eaten in I don't know how many episodes. It's been forever. And I don't see any villages, but I do see a horse. Let's feed it. Okay, you seem pretty still. Oh, you stupid. That'll be some food for thought. Okay, let's just free the hand here and okay, that's supposed to actually get us a horse. Yep. I'm gonna try the horse. Yeah, horses are messed up. I mean, that shouldn't have done anything, really. I haven't even moved, and it's refusing to do anything. Okay, you're gone, and I'm off. Sort of. This horse isn't the fastest. It's a good jumper. Oh, what I was going to say in the very beginning and then totally trailed off and never came back to is it used to be... Yep, this is where Horsey moves. Is that depending on the number of horse hearts, which look a lot like saddles there in the lower right, depends on its ability to jump and or run. The fewer the hearts, the faster it could go. Obviously cannot take as much damage, and it can't jump anywhere near as high and far. Whereas the slower horses have a lot more hearts, but they have massive strength in their legs to do some pretty high jumps. Okay, that is we cannot move. Not okay, this is horse getting stuck, not doing anything. Okay, movement. Oh, I think I see planes. And I do. I'm not waiting. And this is the part where the horse moves. Alright, this is the part where we need to get somewhere. Oh great, we're surrounded. Oh, well, we found a spot. And can we move? No, we can't. There's planes. But I can't get there. Wow, that was annoying. Okay. Stop. Pathetic jump. Because horse physics are pretty pathetic. Making sure we're still going the right way. Not a single village or anything today. Wow, that makes this exciting as anything, doesn't it? And jump. Let's look at how we're doing with sheepwool. Yep, this is the part where we move. Yep. And if we saw one there, we would go. Alright, we need more wood, so you stay put, stutter. I hit the 2 button, which is to get my axe, and it just completely ignores me. Okay, let's see. Gone. Wood. More than we need. We're gonna run. Gonna plop. Yep, we're gonna need to work. Yep, we're going to need to work. New concept. Bed. Gonna go like this. And go like this. Bed. No, I want bed there, where it's always been put. And now boat. Chop. Horse. Sleep. So, I mean, you can see he goes away, but he doesn't get the chance to go far. Alright, next day, and we need to be moving the horse. There we go. Yeah, I'm hoping 1.9 might fix some of that, too. I'm sure it will not be the holy grail of updates, but yeah, the dual wielding thing, it's going to be interesting to see how that works. Okay, no, we don't need that to happen. Suffocation bad. Okay, then's that, where am I going? Okay, that's just a little hole. Yep, we kind of need the ability to move the horse again. See, absolutely no freaking control of this. Let's climb the hill and see what we get here. This is one of those rare moments that I'll actually prefer to take the winter style routes, because some of them are barren and we can get away with taking that without any interference, and this happens. Oh, the lava's forming, but we're okay now. This is where the horse jumps. I say, in regular worlds where the terrain's already been generated, this is not a major issue, if an issue at all. That was a good jump. Okay, now we need to jump again. And jump one more time. Okay, that's where you jump. This is getting old. Just want the horse to move. Okay, that way's not gonna work. That way's not gonna work. Just need a way that works. Anything we can see besides nothing? And the answer is no. Take it slow again. Steer around everything and jump. Ooh, that was a nice jump. It's just way too big of a river. But that was a very nice jump, and this is... You know what I say here. Yeah, a little less than an hour to go, and honestly, the way things have been going, it feels like the show should have already ended. So I can only imagine how you're feeling, and keep going. And planes. I could see you saying that this show feels like it's been going on for a couple of hours. Hey, thank you for stalling. Yep. So, yeah. It feels like this show has gone on long enough, and I'm sure those of you watching it will say it felt like it's been going for 2 hours once the first 10 minutes have gone by. Gee, which completely impeding direction do I want to go in? I don't know. Good jump, just not good enough. Or possible. You know what to say here. Say it with me. This is where the horse moves. And they say Minecraft is not a computer-intensive game. Well, they obviously have never played it. Yeah, the video hardware, it's not very demanding, but you see the stuff that this game's trying to do? CPU-wise, very intensive. I mean, it's constantly getting slowed down by trying to generate a world here. Alright. We got relatively plain... Well, it's hilly, but in terms of obstructions and what have not, it's relatively plain. Who knows how much coal we might be passing up. And speaking of plains, there is one. And it's a very steep drop. Say it with me. This is where the horse moves. Taking it super slow, and the end result is he lands safely. Okay, it looks like the plains keep going this way, so let's keep going this way, even if it is just for a tiny amount. It means just that much more freedom of movement and pathetic. Of course, just a little too little too late. So dual wielding will be interesting. I don't know how I'm going to set this game up to do that. I don't know if there's a switch command or you can actually wield two items at once. Not sure how I'm going to go about that. Not even sure if I'll even take advantage of it. Because I'm not that advanced. Hey, there are people much older than me that really play this game a lot better, so it's not age. Although I wonder how Pulsars Jr. would do. Okay, the horse needs to be able to go somewhere. So you were able to move, then all of a sudden you can't. Like right now. This is getting old very fast. Yep. Of course, every time I want to stop the horse, it'll just keep going anyway. Okay. Move the horse. Okay, the horse needs to go forward. Forward, opposite of this. Oh, come on. This is getting old very fast. You're supposed to be helping me get someplace. It would help if the terrain would be nice enough to allow us. But, you know... Oh, goody. This looks like... Oh, we're on land. I thought it was, stuttering its way to a slow, painful death here. Yep. This is where the horse moves. Yep, jump it. There you go. Alright, I think I see planes up ahead. Could definitely use... Yeah, I did. Definitely could use something that supports the ability to ride a horse. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. Just I for inventory, which means we pull up our inventory. Hey, concept. Who knew? Okay, and sleep it. You're not getting that far. Nice try. This is the way you're going. Ugh. It stops there, keeps going here. And stutter our way over. Is this going to be a show where we see absolutely no generated structures whatsoever? Like I said, it's happened before. It could happen again. Holy crap, a village. As we struggle to get there. Watch it be completely useless, just to throw some salt into the wounds. It may not totally be useless, but I don't have any gold. Yep, this is a useless village, and... Really? You don't like that I'm getting wheat because thinking of another horse. Oh, well, look at that. There is a smithy. Good thing we looked. Alright, that's good. I'm gonna stop here. Keep an eye on you. You're going that way. Gee, I wonder what's here. Oh, that's good. That's nice. That helps. That might help. But we're not getting what we need. Oh, you stayed. That's good. Alright, any farmers before we head off into the wild blue yonder? Any farmers? No. And we got a purple-shirted guy way out away from everything. Let's check the sun. It's heading the right way. And okay. Well, okay, a little more this way, a little more. Can we? Okay, this is where the horse moves. This is really getting sickening. I'm really starting to get sick of this. I might ditch the horse just so I can move. Hey, we found a village. Sort of helpful. Wasn't... I'm wondering if we'll ever find any obsidian ever again. It seems that this game is generating the same stuff all the time. Oh, yay. Oh, the fun and excitement. Don't tell me I trapped myself. Oh, good, I didn't. Alright. That wasn't too bad. Wow, I actually had some control over there. Then this happens. Then... oh, I hate forests. Although this one's been not terribly bad, then I had to say that. Now there's no way around. So I do this. Yep, jump the tree. Just like any normal good horse would do. That was actually a good jump. And come on. Another plane. All you have to do is get there. And away. Yeah, I ran out of stuff to talk about pretty quickly, because... oh no! See, this is what I hate about how the horse mechanics, and I use this term very loosely, works. Because it doesn't. Alright, this is the part where we try to get out of here. Let's see, we'll just use this for now. And we're out of here as soon as we do this. A village! Yay! We are heading the right way, right? Well, we're going a little backwards, but we've done that before. As I said, if it's helpful, it's okay. Notice I'm not switching to the meat pops quite yet. Hopefully there's at least a farmer, maybe. Okay, you're usually helpful, but I don't have gold. Smithy, that helps. Let's see, how much bread and stuff do we have in here? As we hit the button and ignore. As we hit the button and ignore. Yay! It's getting worse, not better. Okay, so let's go this way, let's go that way. Yeah, these village offerings are getting so much worse. They're not getting better, they're getting worse. Okay, this way. Before you know it, they'll be asking me to give to them. And I'm not talking about emerald trading, I'm talking about simply just looking into the chest. And Horsey is down there somewhere. Other side. Oh well. Back to the stakes. Go. Okay, we got winter over there. And ditch. Well, that went well. Notice the food bar is not exactly keeping pace. It seems to be a very inconsistent drop-off and inconsistent fill. Come on, go, go. This isn't sauntering. This is running as fast as we can get there. 2 villages, both of them were not really impressive. They've been failing us very much. For a minute I thought I saw another village. Ravine, albeit tiny. Okay, let's look this way. Yeah, she still keeps going. But I don't think it's gonna matter much. Alright, bed. Yep, we placed the bed. Running low on the beds. Okay, 5. Zip. Place. Bed. Yep. I grabbed the bed. There we go. So demanding. 40 minutes. We wake up pretty much right at that point. Let's see what we can hopefully find in that amount of time, if the only thing we find is a little distance. Quite a few ditches there. Well, it seems I chose the right path because the plains are continuing. Let's look at the... Yeah, we could use a little more of the sheep wool. And keep going. And go. Yep, keep going. 40 minutes. And that's going too far that way, so we're not going to bother. Unless a village just happens to appear. Because who knows, maybe for once, after like a week, we can get a village that will actually help us. And keep going. No need to slow down. We can keep it moving. Okay, we need to get by this little hill on the left. There's nothing there. Ditch over there. Alrighty. It'll take a little backwards deviation so we can move forward. For the most part. Yeah, see, for the most part we made it across and did it in a much faster fashion. Yeah, I keep thinking and never mentioning that the last episode we did live on the air with the YouTubes, and one of the things I asked and nobody even answered as generally these are recorded, so, and I don't ask for topics to bring up and see if we can kill some time so you don't have as much dead air. So I think I caught my viewers off guard because I know for a fact there were quite a few people watching. I want to thank both of you. No, there were more than 2. But I asked them in the last episode, if I fail to hit the 600,000 mark, do you want to keep going till we hit it? And then there's a village. It seems to be the thing now, is that we have to go backwards to get there. So I asked, do you want to keep going until we hit the 600,000 mark, then just wrap up that particular Minecraft day and call it good? There were several people that watched the show, and not a single person even answered. We got, hello and what's up. 1, it's a little late. Hello. 2, not much, just doing a show. And 3, what do you want me to do? Keep going or just stop when we get to the 2-hour mark? Apparently no one seemed to really care to answer. There we go. Alright, ditch this again. Any smithies or farmers? We have crops. I can't see why you don't have a farmer. No, didn't want that. Why waste time when you can just thrash away at the crops and maybe you might get something out of it. Alright, let's see here. So let's see if we got anything useful. Well, you're gonna ask for too much anyway. Librarian, you're completely useless in this particular quest. Yep, hit it. No smith. So let's just move on. Ouch. Sun's going the correct way. Yeah, these villages are becoming less and less valuable as we keep going. Finally starting to hit some good territory here. Got some savanna. And alright, my finger accidentally hit both run and block together. Yeah, we see that. Anyway, well, we are really starting to dig into our... Come on. Digging into our stakes here. I see ocean. Fortunately, the Depth Strider 2 is helping us move along. Not quite as fast as walking or Depth Strider 3, or running if I'm hitting the run button. But we're treading water quite a bit faster than without it whatsoever. The more diamonds, the better, though. Oh, goody, the land keeps going. Even if it's just for a little bit. Alright, let's just climb it and see. Okay, I really want to do some progress. Can we just let that happen? Why must you fight every step of the way? I don't want to saunter, I want to run. We cover more space running. Double shot there. Let's see how much we got. 44. Still a little low, but we're getting there. And run. Probably good now. 49. We could use maybe a little bit more. That'll probably do us for a while. And run. I've been having the hardest time getting this guy to run. And a temple. It's actually kind of sticking out. Usually they're sort of hidden behind a hill or something, but this one's just right out there saying, "Here I am. Come explore the embarrassment of riches. The riches that are here are an embarrassment for your effort." And it looks like we're not getting in the way we normally get in. Although, I mean, we come here once and then we leave anyway. And, yep, in we go. Sand. Really? Okay, let's just put that there. Okay, cooperation time. Okay, this way. And it didn't come out right. Alright, let's see what we got. I hear somebody. So we're gonna put this away. We got one block of those, so we'll use that for our step ladder. For our step above there. Some more gold, more gold. And useless. Oh dear. It's dark. Yep, move. Good. No monsters here, or close enough to interfere with that ability to call it a day. That's gone. Let's go. Alright, another plane. You know what? I see coal. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. And, okay, where are they? Gone. You where you belong. Bed. go. And go. Alright, nothing that away. To no one's surprise ever. How will the last quarter of this show go? It's like anything else, it's probably going to be a disaster. 617,000. It seems to be a dream at this point. At least we haven't died. Though I've never checked to see how well our stuff is doing. And so long as we're still getting diamonds from desert temples, we should be fine. In fact, I could probably at some point trade out this fully enchanted iron sword for diamond one. But it's got a ways to go before I get rid of it. And it's boat time. And boat. Hey. Leaving without us. And boat. Making more progress. So we got a I don't know, can we get around that? I generally don't like going through roof forests. So if I could get around it, that would be good. Stay near it, because it might border a biome that could be useful. And suddenly, we just wind up heading towards a sandbar. Now, it looked like we just maneuvered around that. The question is, did we really? If we failed, we will suddenly not be in a boat and somewhere where we're really not. So it looks like we're where we are, but we might not be. Which I find quite annoying. Well, this was actually a nice, mildly warm day, but September's coming and another potential heat wave is possible, at least for the Bostonians. Usually it's the other way around. Us people inland would be getting it. But the key is, summer's making up for its lack of appearance this year. It was like late July when it decided to show itself. And, okay, there we go. And we broke somewhere. Close enough to land, we can just get to where we're going here. Yeah, I think the live episode, we're able to end the day literally when the timer hits 0, which is very rare. Right up the hill. And run. Here we go. Forward momentum. Yeah, so I know that the way it's set up, no matter what button I want to do to use to record when I'm recording off of Google Chrome with Fraps, just does not like any of the buttons. I use the home key for Fraps to start and stop recording, and to start and start streaming on Fraps. And then when I use OBS broadcasting software, that's just a GUI in itself, and I just hit buttons that are in the GUI, and I get what I want. I don't use any hotkeys on that. Now supposedly, I shouldn't say supposedly, I mean, I've actually seen the documentation, I've seen the buttons, that I can apparently record videos with it. I don't think they'd be as high quality as Fraps, but I could probably do 60 frame per second Minecraft videos. They probably look like garbage. So I think it only goes to like 4 megabits per second for the video quality, which is very poor quality. It's kind of garbage. But for live streaming, it's passable, because you got internet latency and what have not. Because you got to deal with live encoding, live decoding, and then serving up that video all on the fly. So to make it run better, typically the settings in which it is done is relatively very poor quality, but then it keeps everything moving. Because if you set the quality too high, then everybody, or even the service itself, will be buffering, and that's no good. So it's kind of a happy medium. You gotta try and figure it out. And keep going. Keep an eye on that, see if it turns into anything. And we just break for no reason. I think we got an island over here. And it's just winter over there. Progress, it's a thing. Just let me know what it's like. And we need to get on this island and build us some boats. Might as well just make some forward progress while we're at it. Let's see. Boat. Boat. What I'll do is I'll make 2 beds. Extra bed. Another bed. Okay, nope. Boat goes there. That goes there. Chop, chop, chop. Good. See if we can get to this mass of land before anything spawns and gets too dark. Oh, I see the stars starting to appear, so this is kind of pushing things. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this safely or not. Sometimes it amazes me. Sometimes it gets really dark and nothing happens. Sometimes it just barely gets dark and then they are everywhere. There's the moon. Looks like a full one. It looks like a new one, should we say. Alright. That actually timed out well. There. Full load of beds, the new moon, sleep. And that's where we were, over there, left. And okay. Let's make this, let's keep the adventure going. Can we get to at least 617? 617 kilometers as people are going by, blaring their music. My window is closed, so I can't really do much of anything except maybe turn on a fan or pause till they go by, which would be very inconvenient. Because I'd like to try to keep these shows running. Go! Alright, they're gone. Oh, yay, the fun. Well, something I've been wanting to do, and of course, every single time I want to do it, something comes up and ruins it, is... I think I might have mentioned this before. These are pre-recorded, so sometimes I kind of lose track of what we've talked about and what we haven't. I think I'm finally... I think technology, at least in terms of the mobile phone market, has... Okay, keep going. Has finally got to the point that I have to do a major upgrade. Because back in the day when cellular phones existed, I only got it just to make outgoing calls, mostly emergency, or if I really need to make a phone call somewhere. Kind of used it like a payphone, because back in the day, like the late 90s, cell phones, when they were actually cell phones, were not cheap, and pricing plans were ridiculously expensive. We magically wind up somewhere on an island I never even stepped foot on. That is amazing. Anyway, let's just make some torches out of that. Running a little low, and that, you know, let's look at our... Yeah, it looks like a diamond armor's doing alright. Not perfect. Not the best. Wrong button. Plop the boat. Seriously? I was gonna... Are you serious? Come on. Alright, this is really starting to annoy me. 1.9 cannot come fast enough. No, I do not do snapshots. Those are notorious for corrupting worlds. I've had people try to convince me that, oh, they don't corrupt worlds. I know better than that. There's a reason why it's a snapshot, and why they tell you to back up your worlds before trying them. There's a reason. They gotta squish all those major bugs that might exist. Because if you don't, then you put out a release that corrupts everything that people worked so hard for and all these servers and what have not, you'd have a very unhappy group of people that are going to go to Mojang's offices in Sweden with pitchforks and torches, and that things will just end really bad. We don't want that. Test these things out, fix all the bugs, then when everything seems hunky-dory, then officially release it. That's their weird way of doing things, and that's how they want to keep it. And the smart thing about Microsoft is they realized that they have a system that works, and they told Mojang, for now at least, we're not going to mess with your game. You guys know what you're doing. You know how to keep it popular. Why mess with what works? Which is a real strange thing for Microsoft to do, to not mess with something that works. But, you know what, if it does work, you shouldn't really mess with it. Anyhow, I'm just moving around in my chair, stretching about. Yeah, I was sat too still for too long in one exact position. And boat breakage. Question, land or island? So anyway, I was talking about phones. I just needed a phone to pretty much talk if I need to get information, if I wind up stuck on the side of the road, if my car broke down or what have not. So I just got a minimal plan with minimal minutes. In reality is a ripoff compared to the modern day data plans and what have not. And then everything went all digital, and I had to convert from a cell phone to what is now referred to as a wireless phone, which for some reason people still call cell phones when technically they are not. Although the network that these phones are on isn't a cellular grid, hence why it's called that, the technology that was trademarked under that is analog. So that's why you see here in America like AT&T Wireless or AT&T Mobile or Verizon Wireless. It's because cell phones are extinct. They kinda, you know, they kinda shot themselves in the foot, the makers of, sort of. Because now when people say cell phone, they're technically wrong. It's not what you got in your hand. It's a wireless phone or a mobile phone. So anyway, nowadays, everything requires you to text, which I mean my ancient digital capable phone can do that, but I'm on a limited plan which costs me money every time I text or even receive one. And now all these texts that come about these days are heavily graphically laden, so I can't even read them on the phone that I have. It's old enough that it's not even capable of that, not even capable of graphics. So I can't even read them. I mean, all the words in that come out, but then all the graphics just look like random garbage, and everything just looks all screwed up, even though it isn't. It's just trying to make a text equivalent of whatever the graphics are. There's no command in this particular phone for graphics. So it just assumes that everything, including all the code for pictures, is text. And oh, I almost threw away my sword into the ravine. That would have stunk. So it has come to the point that I need to get with the 2010s and get an actual smartphone with actual data plan and what have not, so I can actually do things. I mean, there's some aspects of the modern day mobile phone that I do like, such as, you know, they have cameras and what have not. And the question is, I don't know how much of a data plan I can get for what X amount of money, and what kind of phones they're willing to allow me to use. If I decide to get the Ferrari of phones but get a Ford Pinto you know, calling and data plan, will they actually bother letting you get a good phone with a crappy plan? I don't plan on doing a El Cheapo crappy plan, and I'm not planning on doing $80-$100 a month either. However, when it comes to the phones, I personally am thinking Android. Wrong button. I don't even know why I swung the sword to begin with. Completely far away from the button I really wanted. Alright. No way am I getting an iPhone. For one, I've seen how Apple is really notorious for the "it's always the customer's fault" problem. When their stuff breaks, there's absolutely zero credibility on Apple. There's a crap ton of videos on YouTube of looking at MacBooks that have issues with displays, and Apple will refuse to even consider looking at them because it's the customer did something. The phone, nothing we make is defective. You must have done something to it. They also have this, we're holier and better than you. I've heard that so many times about the Apple Store. And I haven't heard much in the way of the Microsoft Store, but I've heard and seen, even personally, so much douchiness with Apple. Plus, not to get terribly political, but what, roughly 90% of iPhone users are swing politically in a direction that I am definitely not part of. People that are moderate to any given party and even heavily Republican generally have Android. So basically, I don't want to get a phone from a company that's very douchey and treats people like crap and claims that they don't do that, but do. Look at YouTube. If you look at all these laptop computer issues, half of them are MacBook and the other half is literally every other brand of PC. Yeah, so they don't like people returning things, or they seem to have a very, I haven't been in an Apple store, but I know of people who have, and they always say that they are very, very snobbish, and if you're, oh geez, if you're computer illiterate, they treat you like a second-class citizen. Yeah. Douchebag and liberal. Two things that do not make me like you. And that's, I'm referring to Apple. Give them the credit. Give them the credit for innovation. No doubt about it. If it wasn't for the iPhone, we wouldn't have the modern day smartphone to begin with. I know that, I know before iPhone, and we got planes here, there was the BlackBerry, but the modern day mobile phone that we all know and love today, pretty much no matter what platform you're using, you can pretty much owe to Apple. I mean, Android is sort of like Apple in a way. I mean, it's their own spin on it. Microsoft Windows is technically pretty much their answer to the Mac OS back in 1984, when Bill Gates realized, hey, a graphical GUI. Who knew? Who knew anyone would really want that stuff? And decided, hey, it's the greatest thing. It's like we discovered it, even though we didn't. And stop. And look up. We are less than half a day into it, so that'll be it. Okay, things need to work. Okay, you're going there, you're going there, you're going there, and you're going there. Actually, we didn't want to move. We'll put that right. Oh, come on. Come on. Place, do something right there. Put that there. Gonna put all but one in there because it's gonna waste a charcoal if we do it the other way. This is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna line up to, nope, we're gonna line up to the, yep, line up to the furnace, and we're going to hit the good old F3 key and see where we're going. We're hoping for 617 at least. Yeah, and we did. 617, 610. Not sure if we made the full 20,000. We hit quite a few issues along the way, and we'll spend the other half cooking the food. We won't need it all, but what I'll do is I'll put the bed down, make sure the headboard is in the is aligned with the stove. In fact, while that's happening, I'm gonna get off the horse. I'm gonna move you. I'm gonna clear all this crap around. There. I'm going to put the bed right there. See, it lines up so we know that. Let's just grab all this stuff and throw it out. Yep. Give. Throw. And Horsey decides to go away. You're not going anywhere anytime soon. So we measured to this. So that's where the headboard is. And that is our number. Again. 617, 610, and that's this episode of One Way. Kind of clunky, but you know, that's how things work at times. So we're more than 2% of the way there. Hooray! Hooray! Georgia 551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one. Hooray! Lag.